Zane Smith, all right there lurking. Inside, 10 to go, 8 to go at the line. Green flag racing again at Pocono.
I think Sheldon Creed was trying to get the field slowed down, and Harrison Burton really got a great jump. Look at him fan out here, 4 or 5 wide, getting down to turn number 1.
Burton to the point, side by side for second. Braden going around the outside, trying to get Creed. Poole has slipped back a little bit in the 25.
As good a restart as Sheldon Creed had the previous time. I think he was trying to manipulate that restart, and I think it cost him.
There's Graff in that yellow Big Time 77 in 4th position.
See Brendan Poole right behind Graff. Brendan Poole right now the 25 running 5th. There's Riley Herbst, the 18. Look at Zane Smith move down to the inside of Cody Robaugh, trying to take a spot. And there comes Noah Gregson on the outside, that 54 car.
The green car, the 32 of Gus Dean, is still in the mix.
Wasn't he 11th just a minute ago? There's Noah Gregson battling with Zane Smith.
Well, these are the two that I think felt the most confident coming into the day. For those of you looking for coverage of the UFC Fight Night pre-fight show, it's currently streaming on Fox Sports Go. Coverage will continue here on FS2 right after we're done here in Pocono. We're inside 7 to go.
Cody Robaugh, the 7, able to get by Gus Dean in the green car.
What a restart for Harrison Burton. Here's Zane Smith with Gus Dean trying to go around his outside. There's the leader.
A big lead right now, almost a second on Sheldon Creed. Maybe over a second when they get to the line here.
The Dex Imaging Toyota for MDM has been hooked up here in the second half of the race.
Just 6 laps to go. It's a battle for the 7th position. Cody Robaugh, the 7, has it. See Brendan Poole doing his best to try to get underneath Joe Graff. Lost a little ground, lost some momentum. Riley Herbst now on the inside.
That's for 5th. Poole not giving it up. And Robaugh's going to try to duck down to the low side. On board with Herbst. And is that Robaugh? It is. He got in front of him.
So move to the inside now, try to break the draft. 3 wide, get down to turn number 3.
This is for 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, all right there.
Look at Robaugh getting loose on the bottom. Look at him loose sideways.
Trying to hang on to it. Purdy scooting through in the red 8 car. Robaugh hangs on but loses all kinds of track position. Meanwhile, up front, Burton by over a second and a half now. Trying to win for the 2nd time.
Ooh,
and
contact.
Another big wiggle.
Noah Gregson, Brendan Poole made contact.
Inside 5 left.
Cody Robaugh now going to try to fight back and get underneath the 54 of Gregson.
Gregson dominated the first half of this race, had a penalty on pit road that set him back. And then more issues. Trying to learn for the Camping World Truck Series race later on this year, but he said, I really want to get that first ARCA win. Does not appear it's going to come today. Kim Burton watching her 17-year-old son, Harrison Burton, in his first race at a track over a mile, and he has 4 laps to go to win.
She said 4 to go. She wants no caution flags. Just stay green. There's the battle for 4th right there. Joe Graff Jr., the 77, has it. Zane Smith, the 41, dives to the inside.
Smith to 4th.
What a late move. Really drove in turn number 1 really hard. Was able to make it stick and grab that 4th spot.
He's the championship leader, but has a very slim edge on Sheldon Creed, who is running in 2nd right now.
Harrison Burton just ran his fastest lap of the race, the last lap.
Wow. Over 2 seconds now on the showstopper, Sheldon Creed.
Not only was that his fastest lap, that was the fastest lap of the race, the lap before this that Harrison Burton ran.
He picked up a half a second on Creed.
He just wants this race to stay green. See Chase Purdy dives to the inside. to try to take over that 5th spot from Joe Graf, just like Zane Smith did. Before, we wasn't able to do it. Got loose, and look at all the momentum he lost.
Purdy had worked his way back up to 6th position. Harrison Burton and the MDM team would prefer to see not that much racing back in the pack. Let's settle in single file.
Yeah, Harrison Burton right now has an insurmountable margin if we stay green.
On board with Riley Herbst looking ahead.
We speculated the 8 got loose. He did underneath the 77. Lost all his momentum.
Inside 2 to go for Harrison Burton. He's won in ARCA. He did that last year on the short track at Toledo.
Our K&N champion from 2017, K&N East. 5 wins on the way to that championship.
And by rule, there are only a couple of tracks that he's allowed to race at 17, and this is one of them. And what a debut on the super speedway this might be for Harrison Burton. We've focused on him in the Scott rookie spotlight. One of 3 17-year-olds as Herbst and Graf continue to battle.
That's a battle for the 5th position. Herbst has it.
White flag now for Harrison Burton. Under 2.5 miles to go, and the gap continues to increase. More than 4 seconds.
He can't breathe easy yet. Remember now, if the caution were to come out now, we would have a overtime situation.
There's no line. They need to see the checker.
Half a lap to go.
Looking to the tunnel turn. On Wednesday, Harrison Burton needed to be approved to run this racetrack. His first test at this super speedway. Passed with flying colors. Quick.
I think he passed this race test too, didn't he?
Sure looks that way. He hung in most of the way, worked his way to the front, and when he got there, nobody could catch him. 17-year-old Harrison Burton has won his super speedway debut in ARCA. Burton dominates the finishing stretch and wins at Pocono.
Jay Huffman goes for 2 in a row.
And MDM continues to dominate. They've won 5 of 7 in 2018. Sheldon Creed 2nd for the 3rd time. Zane Smith finishes 3rd, so I think he's going to just barely hang on to his championship lead by 10 points.
Great effort by Travis Braden, the top 5, first top 5 of the year for Travis in that 27 car.
And for Riley Herbst, I know he wanted more today, but after the way the season started, back-to-back top 5s with a runner-up last week, not too bad for him. There were a lot of good cars in this race.
Without a doubt. Gus Dean recovered from that spin to finish in the 6th position. Joe Graf Jr., another solid top 10 run for him.
And the driver we thought might be the best, and certainly was at the beginning, Noah Gragson, can only salvage 10th. The day belonged to Harrison Burton. And a day began with an ominous forecast, but sunshine and blue skies and donuts for the teenager. And as you mentioned, Phil, it's 2 in a row for the number 12 MDM team with 2 different drivers. Seems like every time we see Brandon Jones, he makes his way to victory lane at ARCA, and he did it last week as well when ARCA raced in Charlotte for the first time since 2004.
There's that restart we mentioned a few moments ago by Sheldon Creed, but Brandon Jones was able to fight him off there late.
Look at how Creed hung onto that car.
And then hangs in there just in front of the 18 of Riley Herbst.
Great drive by Brandon Jones last week. Equally impressive for Harrison Burton, pulling his way into victory lane at Pocono. So on the bottom of your screen, you can see the General Tire unofficial results for the General Tire hashtag Anywhere is Possible 200.
It'll be one happy 17-year-old in victory lane.
And I think Mom's pretty happy too.
Absolutely.
The moms.
I'm sure Dad is too, wherever Dad is.
But sometimes the dads are able to be more stoic. I love the moms showing the emotion. What a future Harrison Burton has in front of him. And we can say that for quite a few in this race here today.
Just what a great platform for these young drivers to get some experience and show the world that they can get it done. Harrison Burton's taking advantage of that. Zane Smith this year is taking advantage of that.
And these 10 teenagers get a chance to compete with some people that have been racing for a while with a lot of success. Harrison Burton is set to climb out of his MDM race car and celebrate for the second time in ARCA, but the first time at a big track. Jim, take it away.
A shower of water. Of course it can't be anything else because he's not even 18, much less 21. He gave credit to the team. He said these guys are the best team in motorsports. His crew chief, Shane Huffman, with a big hug. Harrison, you were a little bit worried after that practice today. It was shortcut by a mechanical issue. You said, I don't know what we got, but you certainly proved at the finish this team made the right calls. There's Mom in there. There she comes. Kim said on the radio on the warm down lap, she said, I love you, kid. He's doing it right, and you proved you belong here, but you're now a 17-year-old winner at Pocono Raceway.
That's awesome, man. That's, like I said earlier, I don't know if it's you or someone else, but we come here to win, and I know it's my first super speedway race, but it doesn't matter to us. You know, I got the best team behind me, and that makes my job a whole lot easier, I can tell you that much. So, I don't know. I'm kind of speechless. This one's for John Andretti. He's a really close family friend for us, and he's going through a tough time, but he's the toughest guy I've ever met, so I'm sure he'll get through it fine. But, wow, that was awesome, man. That was cool. You know, last night I was thinking about how our practice went, and I knew I had to get better. So didn't get much sleep last night, but it was all worth it, that's for sure.
You mentioned family. Your dad has 40 career Cup starts here at Pocono Raceway. Now, I heard him on the radio. He's not on the radio often, but today he helped coach you through the tunnel turn and said, pick it up. You need more speed through that corner. How much was he a help for you today?
Well, he's been a huge help my whole life, and my mom, too. I wouldn't be where I am without either of them. My mom, when I was, 4 years old, 5 years old, took me everywhere racing because my dad was racing. And once it's, started picking up and I started traveling, my mom was everywhere with me. So, man, all that matters is family in this world, and I got a great one behind me.
And celebration for this young man, MDM Motorsports, their 10th win since they made their debut here in 2016 at Pocono Raceway. Harrison Burton celebrating a first Super Speedway winner here at Pocono Raceway.
Great day for Harrison Burton. Really happy that he mentioned John Andretti, who has more friends than he knows, and we're all thinking of him.
Yeah, that's for sure.
So here's what is coming up. Next Friday night, they'll be at Michigan, then Madison the following Friday, and then Gateway is the next FS2 race. That's on June 22nd, 9 o'clock start time here on FS2. Hope you can join us then. How impressed with this young man are you?
Oh, very much so. But I've seen him since he was 12 or 13 years old. I've been impressed ever since he started.